This is Over the Shoulder.
Right.
And I'm Superintendent Don Killingbeck, and I'm talking to our high school senior, Jake Esckilsen. This is the first student I've had that I've talked to with our Over the Shoulder episodes. Jake, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm a senior here at Hemlock, and I do attend STC. And at STC, I do law and criminal justice, which is law and public safety. But when I go to college, that's what I kind of plan on going into. So basically, my plans, they've varied over through the years. So when I first came in high school, I had a lot of recognition as a football player and a lot of like Division I interest, a lot of D2 interest, stuff like that. So I was like, all right, let's see what I can do with this, and tell you more on that later. But anyway, as the years kind of came through, became a senior, I'm like, all right, well, now I got to kind of break it down. So no matter what, if I go to college or not, I do want to become a police officer somewhere, or corrections, or something in like the law degree, right? So I think what my plans are is either I'm going to get an offer from somewhere for football, and if it's good enough, I'm going to go take it. And if not, I plan on going to like Delta and maybe to a university after, like SVSU or something like that. And I want to become a correctionals officer. And see, the good thing about this SEC thing is it gives you a lot of like skills and techniques to be able to use in this. Like we learned a ton of stuff. I mean, you learn like pressure points, traffic stops, takedowns, just, like crime scene investigation, glass fractures, just a bunch of stuff.
So as a high school student,
Yeah.
you're learning all this stuff.
All this stuff just out of high school, but you're kind of still in high school. It's a mix too. You go there, there's a bunch of kids. You get to mix with a bunch of schools and stuff. It's sweet.
So you've kind of got a lot of open doors
Very,
in your
yeah.
future. So you could go right to corrections,
Yep.
In the next few years, and or you could go to college.
Yep.
And now, if you are you thinking about playing college football?
Yeah. If I get the right offer, because
Jake, what are you passionate about? What gets you excited when you wake up in the morning and you go, "Hey, I'm about ready to start my day"? What makes you excited?
Passionate. There's a few things. I guess family is a big one. I'm really close with my family, and like sometimes like we'll like have our days, but like when it all bears down, I'm really close with my family, and I'm adopted too. That's a big one. I actually just met my birth parents just a little bit ago, and that was just kind of like, I have more family. Like most kids, they have, just two sets of parents and call it good. Well, my parents are divorced. That's another thing that kind of like, I'm passionate about. But I have my mom's side, my dad's side, my birth mom's side, and my birth dad's side. So I have like 4 sets of family. Right away, if I could go back, I'd jump on it again. I would do my work. I'd turn in everything. I'd be a lot more responsible. I wouldn't procrastinate. I wouldn't do anything like that, because my first 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, I slacked off. And I really only started trying in school my junior year, and I mean, it's paying it back now. Advice I give them is don't slack off, do your work, but then also, like outside of school and extracurricular stuff is just jump into whatever you can. You only got 4 years, and it went by fast. And like they'll tell you that, and you're like, I'm a freshman, I got time, whatever, but you don't. It just seems like yesterday I was walking through the doors as a freshman, and now in a few months I'm leaving and just moving on, and it's just kind of starting to hit you a little bit.
The next couple months are going to have, kind of open up the future for you as far as plans go. What do you feel is like the next step for you?
The next step is kind of weird, because so it all depends on what's going to happen after this football season, because that kind of opens the doors to where I want to go. If I get an offer and there's an interested school and I'm interested in it and it's all good, then I might consider going to play college football, and I might, if I get in there, well, then I might maybe take a loan out for that academy, and then I would continue a police career. So the next few months is just kind of buckling down, doing my work, getting a lot of scholarship, or applying for some scholarships, applying for some colleges, doing my FAFSA, and just kind of waiting and see where everything goes.
So it's kind of a little bit of a waiting game.
It's a waiting game, because I know I have 2 things I want to do, but it's just kind of whatever I want to do. So I'm just waiting for God to put it down on me and say, look, you're going to go here, you're going to go here, and either way I'm going. So.
Okay. And then on top of all that, you also are a piano player. You're a pianist.
Yeah. And actually, the story behind that is my family has in my intermediate, they don't know anything about instruments. Like, you can put anything in their hand and they're just like, what do I do? What's weird about me is I don't know where I got it from, I don't know how it happened, but I just became like really musically inclined. I remember in 5th grade we took this hearing test. I scored like second in the state for hearing. Like I've always just had a weird like connection with music, and you know, it's not just playing it, but it's listening to it and writing it. There's stuff like that. But yeah, I'm in band. I play a euphonium, but I can also play like a trombone. I play trumpet. If I get a saxophone, I'm sure I could do it. I play a little bit of guitar, not too much, but piano, that was weird. So like I think maybe I think it was 6th grade. My mom took me in for one lesson, and she just kind of it was too slow, because I prefer to learn off of YouTube. That's just where I get it from. And I'm just like, they were just teaching me one note at a time, and I'm like, I can do more than this. So what I just did is I just went on YouTube, you know, and I'd choose a song and I'd look it up and I'd copy it right down, and I just kind of taught piano to myself now. I can't, and if you put music in front of me, like I can't read it, but I mean I can play some of the most classical stuff you've probably ever heard, and there's just and like a weird thing too is any kind of song I put my own like little twist on it, so I'll make it into something that's just amazing. So
Well,
that's the whole piano
I'm
thing.
gonna have to go listen to you play.
Yeah. Well, I'm Jake, and I'm a Hemlock Husky.
Well, Jake, good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, Don.
Thanks.
Thank you.